I'm so committed to the 3-second joke that is the title that I'm actually up at 3 a.m. recording this. What am I doing with my life? Anyway, since I think June, I've been building Tower of Among Us in Obby Creator, which is the soul crushing for Ring 2. And actually, I want to load the Ring 2 Obby slot because I did add like the thing in Ring 2. So if you go over here to where the advanced towers are, you can corner clip through here, except like it was originally a corner clip, but now it's like where you click the button. Tower of Among Us, this ring's soul crushing tower is located on another obby slot. The ID for that obby slot is the same as this obby, but after the hashtag put 17 is what that sign says. I also put TOAU right here. I marked it as mid-insane, but I'll likely change that by the end of this video because I'm gonna play through the tower, because that's what we're gonna be doing in this. Anyway, this is the ID for Ring 2, and this is the ID for Tower of Among Us. That was like perfect timing. Okay, so if we go right here, this is the lobby, which is based on the Among Us lobby, where it's like in that spaceship. So that's what this is. Now, you're going to see a bunch of signs that are just a bunch of hashtags. For some reason, it seems the text filter thing is like glitched out, and it's like randomly way more strict, and like, but then 90% of the time I can just do that, and then it will just unhashtag it. Like, just click this and press enter. But it's not the case here for some reason. Like, I couldn't even finish typing this because it was being so annoying. There, okay. That seems to be working when I type it in like that. And over here is the floor select. But you can go over here and, yeah, you can see I put the Among Us drip decal on the portal because I felt like it. Okay, so Tower of Among Us by Shark and Princess. Princess is my sister, and she only helped with, like, the first floor. But she did make the, like, secret decals that there are on every floor. Which, by the way, the ones for floor 9 and 10 still have yet to be guessed. So this portal is basically like the floor 1 teleporter. And now let me fix these signs. See, okay, it's working this time. Also, what's really annoying, and it's probably going to come up multiple times, is when I have like a bunch of signs, you can only change the text once every 10 seconds. That means if all 6 of these hashtagged, then that would take a whole minute. Anyway, welcome to Tower of Among Us. Some might say Among Us is cringe or it's a dead game. Personally, I disagree. Anyway, this tower has its own OST. Each song's name is some type of song, for example, a march, and then something from Among Us. The floor's gameplay will be based on one or both of those parts of the song's name, but floors 1 and 2 are exceptions to this. The songs for floors 1 and 2 were composed by Princess, but everything else was composed by Shark. The song currently playing is the Sussy song. The songs get better at floor 3. Princess isn't a bad composer, it's just the first 2 songs were originally a joke. But either way, I hope you enjoy the tower. And until Roblox lets me set audios to public, you're just gonna have to play in silence, or go listen to the OST video on my YouTube channel, Roro Studios. Okay, so it's been like forever since I played this first floor. Like, I don't think I've played it since we built it, but you want to press this button, and then you can go over here. Okay, these are falling platforms, and so then you jump here. The universal parts ahead will start moving when you step on them. Press this button to reset them. So some of them move up and some of them move down. Oh, and this one moves sideways. There we go. And then you can jump on here. This one goes back down though, so if you like accidentally activate it and then you like miss it, then it's fine. So then go along these spinning conveyors. And this conveyor launch, you want to time correctly to land on here. And the hidden decal on floor 1 is right here. And for floor 2, it's right here. And so welcome to floor 2. The music is the Imposter Anthem by Princess. Okay, so you want to wall hop there first, and then, I don't know how long that is. Okay, this long jump is 12 studs, and it's non-climbable. I somehow made that first try. So you need to get this push box up here by just like pushing it up the ramp and up the moving platform. And so you can kind of jump into this like this until it's like over the ledge and you can jump on there. Now if we go over here, the sign says don't even think about skipping this by doing a wraparound. This will deactivate that as well as that. And there's this wedge so the push box like bounces out, I guess, kind of like that. So then you need to take the push box and do that, so this stays unlocked for you to walk through. Now let's do this stick out wraparound, and we're almost to the end of the floor, I'm pretty sure. So you jump on top of the electrical box there. You don't do that, you instead do that. Use the on-screen handle rather than pressing W to gradually speed up the cart, then jump off at the correct time. So this will spawn the cart, and so you use this to gradually speed up, and then yeah, you do exactly what the sign said. Welcome to floor 3. The song playing is the Among Us March by Shark. Make sure to stay in time and don't fall off these timing jumps. On this floor, all gray parts are timing related. Inlet gray parts are beat blocks and universal gray parts are fading platforms. So you first need to go get a button to activate this, which is just down here. So just press that. Once you get up here, you need to, of course, time this correctly. And then you have a wraparound here. This is not a wall hop. It will be later once this is activated by the button, or by a button, I guess. The dark red parts are can collide falls. So basically, these are like kind of similar to the beat blocks. You're supposed to time this correctly, which clearly I'm incapable of. There we go. Okay, so now do like a downward head hitter to get to here, and then do this ledge grab. Press this button, and you have 10 seconds to go back over there. Okay. There we go. So now I need to go over here. Warning, until you reach the orange Among Us, you must keep moving. I'd suggest you look ahead before you jump onto this fading platform. Oh, and here's the secret decal for floor 3, by the way. If I remember correctly, this is like a fading platform, and so are these. So you're supposed to like go in here to, while you wait for this to respawn, so you can get to here to do the same thing. Then go up here, press this to go down here, press this to go down here, and then go along here. Up here, and then wall hop to get up here. So let's go. So you don't really need to activate all of these, I don't think. Yeah, there we go. That activated for 5 seconds, and this activated for 10. And so you do that wall hop, and there. And the last thing on this floor are a bunch of conveyor launches. Well, 3 of them, I guess. Welcome to floor 4. The song playing is Venting Sonata by Shark. First, complete this section, which, as you can see, is over a safety net. Okay, now you need to activate this for 4 seconds, and then do this long jump, which you do need to line up. Okay. There we go. Throughout this floor, you will vent like an imposter. Like that. So jump around here. Actually, you can just jump to the side. That would probably be better. And you can see I spelled out with neon parts. It says red sus ICT vented. Also down there was that trumpet, because like the Among Us march. Anyway, you go through this vent, which ends right here. Here's the hidden decal for floor 4. In music, sonata form means that a musical melody is introduced and then expanded upon throughout the piece. For this floor, venting will be expanded upon, starting with locked vents, which are darker gray. To unlock this vent, you must find a button with a key on it. So as you can see, there's no way to go through here at the moment. You can, however, go through this vent, and so then you need to do this to activate this, and then you go over here, and then you press this. There we go. So you should be able to walk through here now. Yeah, it's kind of hard to do that because it's only 4 studs of a gap, but okay. This is a maze vent. There's no indication because it doesn't really need one. I think the correct path is through here, and then through here, and then through here, and then through here. This is very good fill in the silence things to say, isn't it? Yeah, here we go. Then you just complete this section, and now this is activated, and you use the speed pad to get on top of here if you fall at recess, by the way. And so you're trying to get onto this platform, and then this will reset it. Now do this long jump and go across the tightrope, which I guess you can align on. This is a risk vent. The probability written on it tells you the probability that you will not fall after jumping into the vent. If you don't fall, you can skip the jump slash section. The more difficult a jump slash section is, the lower the chance you can skip it successfully. For example, if you are willing to risk it, you have a 75% chance to successfully skip this one stud instant death wrap. Okay, also it's supposed to say like 75%, but it hashtag that because it doesn't like that. But it doesn't matter because I'm pretty sure this one is 67% and this one is 50%, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to demonstrate the actual section either way. So then you need to press this button, which will activate some platforms for 20 seconds. So you kind of make your way across like the first section of the floor, and once you get to here, you don't have to worry about the timer anymore. Well, once you get to there anyway. So you have that pretty easy section there. Click on the vent and the crewmate will clean it, allowing you to enter it. However, after 10 seconds, the vent will need to be cleaned again. Also, there's a wall blocking this vent, so you will also need to find a button to deactivate it. So you need to click this and activate this, and then, yeah. Now you need to get, like, past this block, and if you like are stuck in here and then this activates, like, to prevent you from getting stuck in the vent, there was that teleporter which just teleports you back out to like here. I think. Nice job, you have completed the first 4 floors of Tower of Among Us. Remember these types of vents, you will see them again at floor 10. Welcome to floor 5. The song playing is Concerto for Emergency Button and Orchestra by Shark. There's no twist on the gameplay on this floor. However, at the end of it, you will press the emergency button, which will teleport you to floor 6. Also, the sign says, sorry, you can't go into the vents anymore. So for the time being, they're just for decoration. Also, you can see the emergency button up there. So you first need to complete that to get over this wall. Here's the hidden image for floor 5. Press this button and then stack the push boxes in order to get back to the start of this floor, like to get back over this wall. Then use the newly activated platforms to get over this taller wall, this wall. So you press that, which you can see activated those, and this will reset the push boxes if you need it. Are you kidding me? How is that even possible? Whatever, I'm pretty sure I've proven that that jump is possible. I'm probably gonna end up changing that, maybe, because it takes forever. Like, the song, I mean, I have the volume muted at the moment, but you are hearing the song because I'll put it in when I edit this, but the song probably looped like 3 times. Well, I guess one probably. Anyway, once you get to this section, you press that button to activate all these gray platforms, and so then you just complete this section here. Oh, I didn't realize that's been possible this entire time. Also, you notice that deactivated when you jump to it. Pretend that didn't happen, because that wasn't supposed to happen yet, and I'm too lazy to reset the button. Okay, if I just, like, move this over, then you shouldn't be able to jump to it anymore. Now you want to use this moving part, and then go to this push box section. I think you're supposed to do a ledge grab here in order to get to here. Okay, so then this would have deactivated the like glass case, and so you can click this, which will teleport you to floor 6. Okay, I had to reword this a little bit from what it originally said because it wasn't fixing it when I just pressed enter. Anyway, welcome to floor 6. The song playing is Crewmate Symphony No. 1337 by Shark. There are 4 sides on this floor, and each of them has a different movement as the background music, and a movement is kind of like a mini song. Also, there's no twist to the gameplay on this floor other than there being 4 sides. I believe this is a 10-stud rap, and that is not how you do that. Also, you can just ignore this button for now because it's a push box button. Oh, right, I forgot. That's an unmarked conveyor because, like, it's over safety net, so yeah. Run back and forth, pressing these 2 buttons. There should be a comma there. The platforms below the gray push box will alternate dropping the push box. Stand on the neon green beneath this sign to heal up faster. So you basically just run back and forth, like literally what the sign said. It'll alternate these. You can hear the clock there. It's 3:40 now. The clock in the background is like a couple minutes ahead, apparently. The sun is gonna start coming up soon. Well, hey, normally on Saturdays I sleep until noon. So having gotten up at 3 means I'll get a lot done today. Or at least, like, not sleep in through the entire day. Or half of it, anyway. Well, actually, that's a lie. I usually, like, sleep until, like, 10. And then I just, like, watch YouTube for, like, an hour. Alright, anyway. You have a speed section now. You can see I put different instruments on each side of this floor. It's based on the decal of the day for this. So you can see, purple plays the snare drum, which is over there. Orange plays the trumpet, but because there was a trumpet on floor 3, I decided to instead put a French horn right here. Blue plays the flute, and yellow plays the violin. So the violin is there, and the flute is over here. Okay, so this wraparound right here is, like, really impossible, but not completely impossible. And it's, like, there's no punishment for failing it, so. And then you need to do this ladder walking section thing. Following here will send you back to the speed section on side 1. Also, this sign is canceline false. Yeah, it kind of fell down there again, but it's fine. While hopping on this wraparound isn't gonna work, so don't even try. Once you press the gray button, this red platform will start moving downwards. Put your view into side 4 behind the sign to see where the instant death blocks are. The platform descends at a speed of 4.4 studs per second. Also, I highly recommend checking the area where you should that sentence made no sense. There, that's better. But now I just have to sit here spamming the enter key, and also clicking this until 4 more seconds elapse. When the platform reaches the bottom, go underneath side 4 to progress to side 3. Now these are conveyor launches, they're not that difficult. Okay, right, I didn't even look ahead even though the sign just said that. Well, if you kind of go in the center, you'll be fine. Okay, now here you need push boxes to do stuff. Oh hey, I didn't hashtag any of these. Use the red push boxes to set up paths to roll the spheres across, then press the buttons. This button will reset all the push boxes and spheres in the section. Also, the neon green pad is another heal part for your convenience. So I think what I said when I built this was that if you do this one, it's better because I think this one's harder. So, like, if you fail it, then you don't also have to reset this. You want to hear something completely random and unrelated to anything happening right now? I made a mind-blowing discovery yesterday. If you spell out the word pi, like the math term, with Scrabble letters, then the points that those letters give are 3 and 1, so that's 3, 1, which are the first 2 digits of pi. Okay, anyway, once you do that, that will press the button, and then it's okay if the push box rolls away. Or push ball, I mean. No. Are you kidding me? Yeah, no, I do not feel like redoing that entire section. Basically, this would activate this truss, and then you just ladder flick onto here. Maybe I did suggest doing that one first. I don't remember what I said. Okay, so then you have this conveyor launch to get up to here. Okay, you go across the following platforms now. I guess first person is the better way to do this. Okay, now you can go along the side here. To end off floor 3, there is a dance clip. Haha, no more jumping for you for the rest of this floor. You can ignore that for now, that's for that later. So you do these walk-arounds, they're not that difficult. And then you have this ice section. Now you kind of gotta angle this, like, perfectly. in order, like, put your mouse cursor in the center of this to make sure you actually are able to climb up that. Okay, so keep moving. Basically just do exactly what that says. Do that. To go up this ledge, make your character face side 2, but position your view to be facing the sun. Then say slash each ear and press shift lock plus W at the peak of the animation. Here's a visual representation of this, aka me just doing exactly what the sign said. Alright, now you can walk through here. You can also jump again now, but there's that ceiling, but you can see I am jumping. Welcome to floor 7, a tribute to Voted Off a Mo Guy. That's the name of the song, once again by Shark. By clicking slash tapping this button, you will begin the floor. Please note that you will jump higher on this floor, and that falling will end your run. So, click this. This will deactivate. Also, a bunch of effects will apply. Now, these stars, which are just like neon spheres, which can collide false, those obviously use a bunch of parts, so I may as well talk about the part limit. So I kept it at or below 4,000, and also, yes, I increased my part limit to the maximum it would let me, which is 4,100, where I literally jumped that time. I guess the lowered gravity kind of messes it up. I'm gonna cancel my Roblox premium subscription, since I don't really have a need for it. Part of the only reason I was keeping it was because I was afraid, like, if I had 3,600 part limit, the previous maximum amount you could have, but then I don't have my Roblox premium anymore, then it would, like, delete 100 parts from every obby. Well, that has that filled up. I'm just skipping this dance clip. I don't know why I'm struggling to do that. I'm gonna keep this obby slot at or below 4,000. Which wasn't that difficult. I needed more parts, then it was pretty easy to come into this floor and just delete some of the stars, because, yeah. But I'm running an experiment on a different obby slot, where I filled up the part limit to 4,100. When my premium subscription expires, then I'll see what happens. And so I'll make a YouTube short about that to quickly inform people of what happens if you fill up your part limit with Roblox Premium, but then you unsubscribe from Roblox Premium, and then you lose this extra 100. You need to do this correctly in order to push the push box onto the button, and you'll know you've done it correctly when these, like, dark gray platforms are activated. The hidden decal on this floor is right here. So the first time I explained it because I decided not to, like, post the video of me building this because I had, like, nothing to say. So that's also why explaining that thing about the part limit was appropriate for this floor. Keep moving sideways. The lowered gravity will allow you to skip over the gaps. I'm going to center the sign underneath here, because if you go onto this ledge, I want you to, like, not be blocking the sign, because, you know, you want to read it. So, yeah, no one, like, exactly guessed the decal of this one. That's also the case for floor 1, because floors 1 and 2 were built in the same video. Like, I used floor 1 to explain what the concept of the decal of the day was, and, like, provide an example. And then floor 2 was the one people actually guessed. Are you kidding me? Well, you're supposed to just make that conveyor launch and land on this asteroid and then jump on this moving platform, which will take you up to here. And then you can go through here, and now you're on to the next floor. Welcome to floor 8. This is somewhat similar to floor 6. The song has 4 movements, and each of the side uses a different movement. This time, however, the song is Task Suite by Shark. Each movement of Task Suite represents a different task from Among Us. On each side, you'll create a recreation of that task that movement represents. For this side, we will complete the fixed wiring task. Also note that falling into the kill breaks below will send you to the halfway point of the previous side, but for side 1, it will send you back to this platform. Right, you're supposed to just, like, go along the edge like that for that one. So then you have this truss flicking section. I would suggest going slower than I'm going, because that's gonna happen if you do that wrong. Right, you don't go to this one because you're supposed to jump to here, and you just go across the ones that are up there later in the side. So you need to go across those gray universal platforms, and then jump to here. This is like a no walk section on this conveyor. And then you can kind of do that, like turn sideways to make sure you're only on the speed reactivator. And then basically do these like any timing platforms, so just like get a rhythm. To complete this task, walk up to the power box and it will open. Click slash tap each of the wires inside to deactivate the doors on the opposite wall. If it won't let you click slash tap them, try going inside the power box. So just click all these. You'll know you've clicked them all if they're all deactivated over there. The task on this floor is the download data task. Click the red button below to start. It will take 30 seconds to download, and once it's done, the bridge to the left will become accessible. While you wait, I suggest you complete the section of side 3 labeled POV. You are waiting for side 2. So you can click the red button if it will let me. Okay, it's because there's like button deactivation stuff from floor 9, because this is the point you get teleported back to from floor 9. Okay, that should fix that. For no reason, whenever I'm on side 3 in this video, I will only speak with formal English. This sign... Yes, that's very formal English. I don't know why I decided to do that. Clearly that's impossible. It's way easier to write with formal English than to actually speak with formal English, unless you're reading off a script. The teleporter at the bottom of this floor sends you back to the start of side 2, so don't try to jump down to skip the 30-second timer. POV you are waiting for side 2 is right here. This section is not optional. In order to be able to complete side 3, you must press the button at the end of this section. So I explained how at school one time the teacher said doing the homework is not an option, and you could either interpret that as it's not an option to choose, therefore you can't do your homework, or it's not an option as in it's not optional. It's not like you have to do it. It's not, you can choose whether you want to do it, which is of course what the teacher meant. So I'll explain another story from that same teacher after I read the sign. This button activates platforms on side 3 that will help you later, as well as platforms that will let you quickly get around the wall blocking the bridge should it reactivate. Actually, no, the story isn't from that same teacher, but basically, one time I raised my hand to answer a question. Oh, here's the hidden decal for floor 8, by the way. One time I raised my hand to answer a question, and I, raised my hand to the side, completely strangely, and I accidentally smacked someone in the face. I mean, it wasn't hard, they were fine, but that was kind of funny. Hold space/jump while on this wedge, because there's a trip part on it. Yeah, that's how you do that. Then you can either do that or ladder flick. I would recommend ladder flicking because that's what I personally would prefer, but if you want to do something different, then I actually would recommend doing that. So for this, you need to get this push box on here, and then get this oh no, what's happening again where I say this 700 times. Then you get this, let me just say this as many times as I can. So this goes right here above this, so that way you can push this off this, and then this will hit this, which will deactivate this. So then you need to jump on this, and then do that, and then that'll fall, which deactivates this, and then you jump on this, and then on this, and now you're inside 3. Yay. You can go on either side. I prefer doing wraparounds on the right, but I'm doing this on the left, because I'm in that mood today, apparently. You have a pretty easy ladder flicking section, and then you'll get to here where you do the task. This is the best recreation of the Start React task I can make. Activate the 3 buttons that have a light that is turned on above and below them. Be careful here, because if you press the wrong button, you will lose progress. Specifically, you'll be teleported to the halfway point of side 2. It's not necessarily exactly the halfway point on any of these, but it's down to right here, right after that wedge where you had to hold space. The 3 that you activate are this one, and this one. Make sure you jump across, except you can walk across those because they're adjacent to each other, but I would recommend jumping to each one individually except those 2, because otherwise you'll accidentally hit the ones that are actually teleporters. Okay, a quick trust walk section. What? Trust walk section? That is not at all what that was. We'll go with it. What I meant to say was no jump section, or walk around section. You've reached the final side 4. This side represents the clear asteroids task. Find and step on 20 asteroids, then come back to this platform. You will see a teleporter to floor 9 next to the sign. Basically, each time you step on one of these, there's a button that deactivates not only the asteroid itself, but also one of 20 parts that are right here that are all identical. So you'll know you've collected all 20 of them when this gray box is in here, and you can see a white neon teleporter. The gameplay on this floor was interesting to make because it wasn't a linear path. I just kind of put stuff. Well, I guess for the most part, it's 2 linear paths. But then if they kind of cross each other, you could jump from down here to there or something. Okay, so now that I collected all 20, I can jump on here. Warning, once you press the sabotage button behind you, a 200-second timer will start. You must complete the floor within that amount of time, or else your run will end. The more you press the button, well, it's because otherwise you'd be trapped in this box forever. If you think you're going to run out of time, jump into the teleporter in the center of the floor, and then you will be sent safely back to the start of side 2 of floor 8. The song that is playing on the floor is Sabotage Cannon by Shark. You first need to go over here. There is time. I made sure that you do have to read the signs. This is the escape. I think the thing that hashtagged just says you need 2 buttons or 2 push boxes on pressure plates in order to open it. Push a box up this ramp and it will be launched up. Go into the water section and press the colored buttons to deactivate platforms blocking the push box from reaching the pressure plate. And this sign just says gray pressure plate 1 or 2. That sign or that sign over there. You do this high jump section to get to these gray push boxes, or white, I mean. I'm clearly losing the ability to speak here, but it's okay because this is the second to last floor. You can kind of do them out of order. I can go and do this section now before I go to the water section. So this push box section is much simpler. You just push it along the push box section. Yeah, what else is there to say about that? Unlike the other one where you have to do the other stuff. Anyway, that's one of those gray pressure plates, and the water section is up. So you swim around in here and press the 3 colored buttons. And you can see this is on here now. So I can swim back up now. So now you can see this is open. Now you need to go do this high jump section again. I don't think, you can't jump to there, but you can do that. There we go. You'll notice that was there. That's because when you jump into it, I don't want you to like jump up and press the buttons, which have to do with the way you can fall 3 times, which I'm about to explain. Well, not how it works, but like what I mean by that. Welcome to the 10th and final floor of Tower of Among Us. You're almost there. One more challenge stands before you. The song playing is the Ultimate Sus Medley by Shark. The song is a recap of the entire OST, and the gameplay on this floor is a recap of the entire tower. The first 2 times you fall on this floor, you will be sent back to this platform. If you fall a 3rd time, however, your run will end. If you would like to reset the fall counter, you may do so by completing the section to your right. However, you can only reset the counter once, so use it wisely. Also, each represented floor you complete here will activate some buttons that will let you skip some of the sections you already completed. Good luck, player, you'll need it. So you start with... Wait, why did that not reset this? I guess I never put the global properties part that was supposed to be here, which should set your jump power to 100. A comment told me that I was correct in thinking that the default jump power is 50, but Obby Creator uses percents. So the floor begins with an 11 stud non-climbable. I'm pretty sure this is what that is. And the sign says, floors 1 and 2 weren't based off anything specific from Among Us. Therefore, we will skip to floor 3, the Among Us March. Here are some timing jumps, and this sign is canonically true. Whoops, okay, I already fell once. Let's see if I can just complete the floor without using edit mode. Haha. Okay, hold on. This doesn't count because I just noticed this is canonically true, and it should be canonically false. Remember, inlet gray parts are beat blocks, and universal gray parts are fading platforms, only for the Among Us March section. Yeah, that's kind of a cool combination of those 2 types of parts there. I thought that was cool. Trying to skip the fall counter resetter isn't going to work. It'll just send you back to the start of the floor, but not count as a fall. Once you do those timing, moving platform things, you go on the spinning conveyor, and then you're onto the venting sonata section. Floor 4. Floor 4 was Venting Sonata. If you want to skip to the Floor 5 section, you can use the risk event next to the sign, but the chance of skipping it successfully is only 25%. Most likely, you will end up falling into the lava, but the choice is yours. So, like, I definitely would not want to risk it, but I'm going to complete this anyway, because I want to demonstrate what the gameplay actually is. And so that's supposed to be like the normal vent. There's 1 of each type on this floor. The reason I'm in edit mode is because there was something I thought of that I want to do to make this look a little bit nicer, because I thought of it. There. That looks very better. So you have this shadow section here. You can do that as a walk around or a wrap around if you want. I don't know. That one is a dance clip though, because you can see it like extends out past the... What? Okay, that didn't actually count as a fall because I hit this, so I'm in luck. Okay, well I used edit mode because I don't feel like recompleting that section for like no reason. The correct path for this, I think, is like in this direction. Yeah. Once you get to this where it like goes back and forth, you know you're on the right path because that's the end. So this is the locked vent. Okay, if I were to fall again, then that would be the end of my run. You need to press that to unlock the vent. Also, if you go beneath this speed slower downer thing, it'll go back to normal lock speed. We're at the floor 5 and 6 section, because they're like kind of combined into one. Floors 5 and 6 are both represented here. Press the discount emergency button, representing floor 5, at the top of this side to open the door to side 2. And then complete the rest of the section with 4 sides, which represents floor 6. So you're supposed to wall hop. You can either do that or that. The purpose of this is once you get up here, like to the end of this 4-sided section, it'll deactivate this so that if you were to fall and then go back to this point, this will be deactivated, and so you can just skip to the side 4. Okay, that's the discount emergency button. I think I pressed it. It's supposed to say that emergency button. No, I didn't press it. Now I should have. Something was set as an insta-kill, and that shouldn't have been the case. Okay, this was the imposter Among Us. See what I did there? That was really funny. That's peak comedy. Watch out for the instant death blocks ahead. I decided to add a sign to tell you that, because there's like lots of neon everywhere, so I didn't want to confuse you, or like you think that's just decoration. This side is just a dropper section. It's really easy as long as you go fast enough. These are also insta-kills. You can see that deactivated down there. Now we're done with this section. Floor 7 had no safety net, nor does this section, which represents it. Please note that when you land on the button-activated platform, the gravity will decrease, making your jump higher. So you have 5 seconds, which is as long as you need. But this section is really easy. So now you can press this button. Step on the pressure plate to complete the empty garbage task from Among Us. That represents floor 8. When you do that, some platforms to the right will activate and the lava will start rising. Complete that section in time, representing floor 9, to reach the wind pad. This is the final stretch of Tower of Among Us. Good luck. Note, regardless of how many times you have fallen so far, you have 1 attempt to complete this final stretch. If you fall, your run will end. So you have to stand on here long enough for the push box to actually fall through. So if you just like jump to it, then against the odds of things like that never working out and it being really annoying, it somehow actually works the way I wanted it to, which is that it's not activated. Let me make that can't collide false. Which is that if you were to jump from up there and onto this pressure plate, then it's not going to deactivate those red platforms that block the push box from falling for long enough, so the push box won't be able to fall through. Okay, since I've failed that 3 times in a row, just do it like a wall-boosted long jump. Like, go against the wall like I just did there. And that's the end. That teleports you to the win room. Wait, you actually beat the tower? Amazing job. I'll reward you by making this whole room be not red. I'd like to sincerely thank you for playing the tower. I put a ton of work into it. I'm gonna change that to say we, because my sister did help. If you enjoyed the tower, please give this obby a like. Also, I built this tower in a YouTube series on my channel, Roro Studios. Also on my channel, like a slide on floor 1 said, you can find a video of the full OST to the tower if you would like to listen to it. Thanks again for playing. Have a great day. When you are ready, click / tap the doorknob to return to the lobby. Here are the credits. I will fix the sign so you can read it. And you can see there's a bunch of sus decals on the wall and like posters and stuff. Did you find all the secret decals? There's one hidden on each floor. This is just supposed to say the numbers, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. So these are all the decals, and the person who named it, like the comment. The ones that say NA are the ones that, like this one, no one guessed the location of this one because it was included in the video because they were guessing this one. That was for the first video. This one, there was no video for tribute voted off of Mogai. And these two have no names because no one actually guessed them yet. So those are still open, so if you want to go find the decal, then do that, and then you can get your name on here. The song playing right now is called Tower of Among Us Victory Fanfare. It is by Shark. Okay, now on here I put a bunch of sus facts and other sus things. The scientific name for pig is Suscrofa domesticus. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Red sus I seed he vented. Did you know there's a novel from before Among Us was created called Among the Imposters? I'm not kidding. It was actually from 2001, but it was just being annoying and wouldn't let me type that or any other way to reword that without hashtagging it. When the imposter is sus. The Among Us drip melody is based off a blues scale. Tower of Among Us Victory Fanfare and the Ultimate Sus Medley are the only songs from the OST that use a full blues scale. Say sus backwards but take away the sus and add the sus. Spoiler alert, it's sus. Fun fact, Shark and Princess used an Among Us poster to help them record their video pushbox building competition. And that should be capitalized because that is a proper noun. Well, if the title itself wasn't capitalized, then I guess it wouldn't. So that's going to be the end of today's video and the end of the Tower of Among Us series. I really hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun building this tower. And next Saturday, I'll post a video where my sister and I will begin the Halloween event for 2022. Here's the idea if you want to come play this tower. Oh, and one last thing, the difficulty I decided to make this tower was low, mid, insane. So thanks so much for watching the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to leave a like and consider subscribing down below. I'll see you in the next video, and have a great day.